It's cooling down.
Snugsies. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to Married with Kids. I'm your host with the most, and this is my beautiful wife, my life. And thanks for tuning in to Married with Kids. So today's episode is going to be pretty interesting. We're going to be going over 23 different examples of the Mandela Effect. So if you don't know what the Mandela Effect is, it's basically things that you remember that turned out they're not the way you remember them. Does that make sense? So
no,
it's called the Mandela Effect because a lot of people remember Nelson Mandela dying in the 80s, and it turns out a lot of people remember seeing his funeral and stuff, but he actually died like 20 years later. I don't think he is anymore. I think we should probably research that.
We just say things.
So the first one that we're going to go over is one of the more common ones that you hear about the Mandela Effect.
Yeah, I don't think so at all.
You get lipstick on your teeth. It's on like 6 teeth.
Mary says, I want you to be in this episode.
Yeah. That's our cat Reese's. She's cray-cray.
She'll rip your heart right out of your body. Claw you with her back claws.
Alright, so the very first one is a lot of people remember seeing a genie show.
I hate that cat. Drowner, strangler, light her on fire.
So the first one is one of the more famous ones of the Mandela Effect, and that's a lot of people remember Sinbad being a genie. I think it was in the 80s or 90s, but a lot of people remember Sinbad being a...
I have hair in my mouth. Okay, hold this. It's in my mouth.
Here's your cup of joe.
It's tea.
The very first one that we're going to get into is a lot of people remember the comedian Sinbad being in a genie movie. It was like a kid's movie where he played a genie back in, I think it was the early 90s. And I personally kind of remember this. I remember hitting my brother up about it too, and he remembers it too. But the problem is that movie never existed.
But a movie similar does.
Kazam with Shaq is a movie that was a genie, where Shaq was a genie. So that's, a lot of people think that people are confusing the two, but what's weird is a lot of people remember both, and I feel like I'm one of them.
No, I get that. I'm just saying there is a certain, and this goes for every topic on here, like there's something else, ones where the names are very similar.
Mm-hmm. The theory behind the whole Mandela Effect is that there's like alternate realities that like bumped into each other, and that's why you remember two different truths. I don't necessarily believe that, but I do find it interesting that there's certain things that you remember. It could just be that whole thing where your brain like fills in the gaps or whatever.
There's a lot going on.
But
you can't be like focused on trivial things.
Yeah, but it still trips. There's like millions of people that report weird things.
Yeah, no, I'm sure I'll feel that way about another one of these, but this one I just have no idea. I've heard of Sinbad, the term. Like, I always kind of thought it was like a Vegas thing. I don't know. Like, maybe a show in Vegas or something. I've heard of it, but I didn't know it was a comedian. I didn't know what it was. Don't know, don't care. Okay.
The second one is, you know that song by Queen, We Are the Champions?
Yeah.
We are the champions.
Yes.
A lot of people remember the end of that song saying, we are the champions of the world. And he holds out the world.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
That's not how it goes. He just says, we are the champions. And that's it. He doesn't say of the world at the end of the song.
In the song ever?
He says it in the song,
See?
but he
So?
He doesn't do it at the end. A lot of people remember the end of the song.
Well, I don't remember. I don't specifically, when you set me up for failure. I don't know the end of the song at all. Like, I don't know Queen and their songs well enough to be like, this is how their song ended. I don't know.
And that could be the same for everybody too, that
Not
thinks
for everybody, but for
the people that think this is true.
Yeah.
The next one that's really common is the Wicked Witch in Snow White when she goes up to that mirror.
At Disneyland, that ride, no. It's scary. She turns around.
We went on that ride with our 2-year-old daughter. Our 2-year-old didn't flinch, and she was terrified.
I don't do old women, witches, or ghosts, or anything like that.
What's her phrase that everybody quotes?
Mirror, mirror. I know, it's not that.
Everybody thinks it's mirror, mirror on the wall.
Well, it is in later movies. Yes, it is.
The original wording is magic mirror on the wall.
Okay, well,
but a lot of people don't remember it that way.
Original wording is stupid.
The next one is Forrest Gump, another famous quote from
another favorite of yours.
Yeah.
Tommy.
I do enjoy me some Tom Hanks. When I was in China in the All-American Ping Pong Tournament, I just loved using my Flexo-Light ping pong paddle. Which wasn't really true, but Mama said little white lie wouldn't hurt nobody. Stinging rain. The line that everybody gets wrong is life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. But he didn't actually say that. Mm-hmm. He says life was like a box.
Yeah.
So the next one is from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody remembers his little jingle. He takes his shoes off and he says, "It's a beautiful day
in the neighborhood."
Mm-hmm. beautiful day for a neighbor, right?
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
But actually, he doesn't say it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. He says it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
I don't consider this the Mandela effect when it's one word that's between this or the. Like, that's not the Mandela effect. A movie that never existed, Mandela effect.
Yeah.
This and the, not the Mandela effect. People cross it off the list. That
A lot of people though remember saying it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, but he doesn't. He's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
I will say that Daniel Tiger says the neighborhood, and that is based off Mr. Rogers. So
wrong. Daniel Tiger is wrong.
Well, maybe he's in an alternate reality.
Stop
that you don't
everything
know
and go pee on the potty.
If you have to go potty, stop and go right away.
All right, so another one that's kind of big is the Monopoly guy. You remember the Monopoly guy, and he's running with his hat? You remember that?
No.
You can picture him in his like little suit and his top hat and his monocle, right?
Not really.
I was trying to set you up for another one because he doesn't have a monocle, but a lot of people remember him wearing a monocle.
Okay, well, they think he's the peanut guy.
So the next one is Looney Tunes. Everybody remembers Looney Tunes and the logo with the little spiral. It says Looney Tunes, right?
Vaguely.
Do you remember how they spelled tunes?
Toones. Tunes.
Everybody remembers the Toons, tunes, like cartoons, but it was actually spelled Tunes, Looney Tunes, like music.
What if a lot of these are like Mandela Effect times 2? They remember this, but it's actually this, but that's just what you think, but then you go back and you look and it's actually what you thought it was in the beginning. That is some alternate reality.
They'll remember stuff like that and they'll be like, oh, that's it. And they'll go grab like Forrest Gump on VHS and watch it, and it's the new version or whatever, and they're like, that's not how I remember it, you know? So another one tied in with the kids stuff like Looney Tunes is Curious George. A lot of people remember Curious George having a tail, but he actually doesn't have a tail.
Well, that is just anatomically incorrect, so that freaks me out.
And that's...
What kind of monkey is running around without a tail?
And,
Stop.
And see, that could be our perception on it, is you see a monkey, you assume it has a tail, but you don't really pay attention.
Okay, but who's the illustrator of these books? Because they deserve to be killed or fired, I guess. Like, do not draw a monkey without a tail. Who are you?
I burp in every single video.
Yeah, it's disgusting, and I want...
That one smells like a burrito.
It's getting worse.
All right, so then the next one, Cheez-Its, the box. Mm-hmm. Is it Cheez-It or Cheez-Its with a Z?
It's Cheez-It.
Yeah, it is.
I know a thing or two about Cheez-Its. Okay.
I know. Ew.
I survived on nothing but Cheez-Its for probably about 5 years. And in fact, the other night when I ate them because I was so hungry and you wouldn't go get Taco Bell, and that was the first time in like years that I've even had them, and I was like, oh my god, I remember. And I started...
We used to buy the big ones because that's all you'd eat was the big ones.
Oh yeah. Mandela Effect, I don't know. But I was shoveling them in my mouth.
Just because you don't remember things.
Yes, I can. And you know what? I will for the rest of my life. I don't care. You know what? I'm over this.
Okay, the next one.
No. I was telling a story.
Well, tell the story. You said you didn't want to tell it anymore.
I don't.
You're shoveling them in your mouth.
Anymore.
Come on.
You cut me off. You interrupt. It's all about you all the time in these videos, and I'm sick of it.
Tell me your story about you shoveling Cheez-Its.
No, I don't even remember where I was going with that.
All right, so the next one is the Berenstain Bears. So this was a children's book series, and a lot of people remember it called the Berenstain Bears. But in actuality, it's the Berenstain Bears with an A. Everybody remembers it spelled with an E, but it's actually spelled with an A.
I mean, I remember those books. I don't pay attention. This is another one of the dumb ones. A spelling, like, I don't care.
All right, the Fruit of the Loom logo.
With basket or without basket?
It's a cornucopia. So anyway, does the Fruit of the Loom logo have a cornucopia, or does it just have... So does the Fruit of the Loom logo have a cornucopia, or does it just have fruit?
I think just fruit.
I don't remember either way, but it doesn't have the cornucopia.
So I'm right. Does that piss you off?
Nope, because I don't care. All right, Pikachu. Does Pikachu's tail have black on it, on the tip, or is it plain yellow?
I'm going to go with plain yellow, Regis. Final answer.
You just won $1,000. Yeah, it's plain yellow. A lot of people remember it having a black tip. No black tip. Pikachu, Pokemon, no one cares. Grow up, get a job. So the next one is Coca-Cola. Is their logo hyphenated or not?
No.
No hyphen?
No.
No hyphen?
No.
Hyphenated.
No, it's not.
Hyphenated. The next one is Fruit Loops.
Oh my god, I'm bored.
Do you remember?
What about it?
Is the logo...
The toucan? Oh!
My
god!
Is it Fruit Loops, like spelled fruit, F-R-U-I-T, or is it Fruit Loops, F-R-O-O-T with
It's fruit, regular
Loops,
fruit.
with the Fruit Loops in the
No,
thing?
it's regular fruit.
It's actually Fruit Loops. Next one. The next one is Chick-fil-A. Is it C-H-I-C-K?
Yeah, we talked about this the other day too.
Chick-fil-A?
Yes. It's not chic-fil-A.
I had a
It's
feeling you
not-
were bringing
oh.
up chic.
Yes, because that's how you spell chic.
So the next one comes from Star Wars. The big plot twist in Star Wars. Most of the cast didn't even know about the plot twist, so it was actually a plot twist like in real life too. Darth Vader admits to being Luke's father. What does he say? Everybody always says, Luke, I am your father.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
He says, no, I am your father. All right, the next one is Kit Kat. Is the Kit Kat logo hyphenated?
Oh my gosh, remember those commercials? Right? Yeah, piece of that
Kit Kat bar. Is the Kit Kat logo hyphenated?
I'm gonna go with no, Regis. Final answer.
So this is what it actually looks like. The next one is Oscar Mayer. Is it Oscar Mayer, M-E-Y-E-R?
Definitely M-E-Y-E-R.
Or is it Oscar Mayer,
No, it's
N-A-Y-E-R?
definitely M-E-Y-E-R.
B-O-L-O-G-N-A. That is correct. O-S-C-A-R-M-E-Y-E-R. All right, the next one is Jif, Jiffy, or Jif peanut butter. Is
I think
it
it's
Jif
Jif.
or Jiffy? You
I
don't
think
remember
it's Jif.
Jiffy?
No, I think it's Jif.
It is Jif. It's not
Oh my
Jiffy.
god! You know why I know that? It's because I've been doing grocery shopping lately.
All right, double stuffed Oreos. Is it double stuff or double stuff?
Great transition, babe.
One F or two Fs?
One F with a T on the end.
You know what? I remember double stuffed too, but no, it's actually double stuff with one F.
Okay, well that's dumb.
All right, the next one is Febreze. Does Febreze have one E or two E's? Febreze or Febreze?
F-E-B-R-E-E-Z-E.
Wrong. It's Febreze with one E.
Breeze is spelled B-R-E-E-Z-E. So if you're gonna Febreze your house, it better be F-E-B-R-E-E-Z-E.
So the next one is Sex in the City. Is
Yeah.
it Sex and the City or
Yes.
Sex in the City?
Sex and the City.
You know what's funny is a lot of these aren't even like Mandela Effect, like, ooh, it's more like, hey, how do you remember this? Or
Like
not even how.
99% of this list is stupid because it's wording or spelling.
Yeah.
The first one was the best one. An entire movie exists in people's mind that doesn't exist in real life. The moral of this video is that you suck at putting together this list.
So the last one on this list is the bear that tells you that you can prevent forest fires. What's his name?
Smokey.
Smokey what? His name is Smokey
Bear.
something.
Smokey Bear.
It's not Smokey the Bear?
No.
You piss me off because you're supposed to get them wrong. I remember Smokey the Bear. Everybody in America remembers Smokey the
I
Bear.
don't think everybody.
But his
because-
name is Smokey Bear. It's dumb. Put my foot down. Shazam was a real movie. Smokey the Bear. Life is like a box of chocolates. All right, everybody. Thanks.
Every time I talk, in his mind, he's like, I'm editing most of that out. Every time.
All right, well, that was 23 different examples of the Mandela Effect, even though most of them were kind of dumb. So Shazam's a real movie.
Shazam.
Let us know in the comments below if you have any of these things that you remember differently. If you've seen Shazam like I have, even though
Or
I
don't
haven't.
comment at all.
Yeah,
Because we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care. Like and comment and subscribe. How about you just like and subscribe? I'm sorry that this video took so long to come out. Life happens. And check out any of our other videos. Look at this video over here, or look at this video over here. Make sure you subscribe right here. Okay, bye.